It's Young Artist Spotlight. In this segment, we welcome a wonderful string quartet. They've been playing together for a while. They're all students at the Simba School of Music in Fresno. They call themselves Free26, and I'm going to bring them in here one at a time. They are first violin, Penelope Freeman. Hey, Penelope. Second violin, Izzy Cobb. Hey, Izzy. On viola, Xavier Torres. Hello, Xavier. And cello, Betsy Woodward. Hey, Betsy. You guys go ahead and unmute yourselves. You guys wanted to be in here together, so go ahead and do. You guys have been playing together for a while. Xavier, how long have you all been playing together as a quartet?
I think we first all started playing together maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I don't know the exact time, somewhere around there.
Okay. And Penelope, how long have you guys been performing under the name Free26?
I think 3 years.
And how did the name?
We were in 5th grade.
How the name come about?
Well, all of us except for me have a birthday on the 26th, and my last name is Freeman, so they wanted to get me in there in the title. So yeah, that's how it was formed.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Most band naming processes are not as kind of congenial as that. Believe me, I've been in a lot of bands before. That's a really nice story. So everybody has a part of it, and that works out well. Really, really well. You all are lucky because as string players and with a very, very attentive coach, you guys navigated the waters of the pandemic pretty well and actually figured out kind of some cool and safe and sound ways to play together, which a lot of instrumentalists have been missing out on this year. I can tell you that I personally have just played my first gigs in 15 months over the last couple of months, and it's been kind of surreal to be making music in person with other people. So extra exciting for us in this season because we've had a lot of performances in this season of Young Artist Spotlight of everybody being just solo recordings. Really, really excited to share this fun quartet with everybody. Okay. Well, we're going to get to know everybody just a little bit more closely. So, Penelope, you're gonna speak with you a little bit, learn a little bit more about you. So, Penelope, you play violin, and your first violin in this group. Is violin your first instrument? Do you play any other instruments?
I did play piano for a couple of years when I was probably 6 or 7.
Okay.
But I eventually started focusing on violin mainly.
Have you been studying with Casey the whole time you've been playing violin?
Yes. Well, the first 2 months of me playing, I was working with a college student, but I was adopted by Casey.
Okay.
Basically at the very start.
Well, you're great to be under her wing. And I should mention everybody has just completed 8th grade and is headed to high school. Where are you going to high school?
We're all going to University High School, except for Betsy. She's going to, I think, Bullard.
Right. She'll be going to Bullard. So what do you like best about playing the violin?
Probably when I just kind of free-for-all it. I like when I'm practicing, I'll just randomly start playing a song improvised. And that was probably really fun, just tending around my siblings, because a lot of my siblings also play instruments. So we'll just kind of make up arrangements.
Well, that's fun. Would you like to do more of that in just for fun, but also in your playing career?
Definitely. Awesome. It's really enjoyable.
Well, that taps into one of my mottos, which is that music should be fun. It really should. What do you like best about playing with this quartet?
Probably just that we actually all can have fun together. Like, it's professional, but at least we can also enjoy each other's company and enjoy playing together.
Okay.
Whereas, yeah.
Well, very good. The first piece we're going to hear from the quartet is from the Italian composer Giovanni Balzoni, who was born in the one city in Italy I've been to, Parma. He was born there and led the theater there. And he's best known for this piece, his Minuet for String Orchestra. What do you like best about this piece?
I found my part enjoyable just because I like the bow work I'm using. My bow, I like to be bouncy with it, probably, more than being legato, which is just kind of smooth and slow.
Okay.
So that's what I like about this piece.
All right. Well, let's listen now as this wonderful quartet from the Simba School of Music in Fresno performs music of Giovanni Balzoni, Minuetto for String Orchestra, adapted here for a string quartet on Young Artist Spotlight. That was a string quartet from the Simba School of Music in Fresno. They call themselves Free26, and they were performing music of Giovanni Balzoni, Minuetto for String Orchestra, arranged for string quartet. And they're our guest performer on Young Artist Spotlight today. I'm Valley Public Radio's David Alce. We're going to get to know another member of the group right now, second violinist, Izzy Cobb. Hey, Izzy, great to have you on Young Artist Spotlight. So wonderful to have you. So, was violin your first instrument?
Yeah, like Penelope, I played piano for a few years when I was 4 or 5, I think. But yeah, now I mainly do violin.
Okay. How old were when you started violin?
I started violin when I was 5, then piano when I was 4, and then I stopped piano after like 2 years.
What do you like best about playing violin?
I like the variety of things you can play, different style tempos, and also the people and instruments you can play it with. It just makes it sound interesting and fun.
And besides the string quartet, do you play in any other ensembles or larger groups?
Sometimes I like go in different youth orchestras or things at school or for the studio, but I don't know if there's another main one.
Okay, very good. And you'll be attending university in the fall as well.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to most about high school?
I don't know. Some of the classes seem fun, and then I like that it's a music school. Like music is involved, like more involved in that school, and so it's gonna be fun to participate in that and get to learn more about music.
Yep. Yeah, that's the hallmark of university high school is this emphasis that everybody there has an interest in music. So I would have loved to go to a high school like that when I was at that age. So they do wonderful things, and I'm excited for all of you who are going there. The next piece we're going to hear from the quartet is a piece that I remember playing as a young piano student. I loved it very much. The Sonata in G by Beethoven. You're going to play the Minuetto, which is a middle movement of that piece. Arranged here for string quartet. What do you like about this piece for your quartet, the Beethoven?
I like how all the different parts, like all 4 of us, how it comes together and it sounds like interesting. You hear the different things and the harmony and all the bowings and things.
Okay.
Music and sound.
Very good. Well, we will now listen to this great quartet, Free26, performing music of Beethoven, adaptation of the Minuetto from his Sonata in G, Opus 49, number 2, on Young Artist Spotlight. You're listening to Young Artist Spotlight on Valley Public Radio, and that was the string quartet Free26 performing music of Beethoven, the Minuetto from his piano sonata in G, Opus 49, number 2, adapted for string quartet, arranged by M.J. Isaac. We're going to get to know another member of this quartet. We've met violins. Let's meet the violist now, Xavier Torres.
Hello.
Hey, great to have you on. So I'm going to ask you a silly question. How'd you get started in music?
Well, my mom was a music teacher, so when I was born, I was kind of just, all right, you're going to do music, and then been doing it ever since.
Yeah. So what was your first instrument? And do you remember your very first musical instruction?
Yes. I played violin for a good 8-9 years before I switched to viola when I was 9 or 10. And then I remember at home, my mom taught me in her house, and I vividly remember she had these circles things for straight bows, and that always stuck with me.
What prompted the switch to viola?
There's a lot of kids at camps and stuff. There's like a camp I'm at right now. That's why I'm in Utah. There's only, I'd say, 10 violas out of like 120 kids. And so that was one of the reasons, because there's like not as many violas as violins. And I also like the rich, melodious tone of the viola.
Yeah, it really does have a very, very distinctive voice. And it can get overlooked and overshadowed, but boy, it's such a wonderful, wonderful sound. Yeah, and I think that's how, particularly people who love the sound of the viola, that's how they would use that richer, slightly darker tone, and melodious, as well. What do you like best about playing music?
What I like best about playing music is probably how I can get together with friends and just play pieces and have a great time. And also, it helps you in so many ways. It builds like your brain coordination and like your thinking skills, and you get better at reading music. And all around, it's just a great skill to have.
And what do you like best about specifically playing with this quartet?
I like how we can have fun while playing great music, and we also don't like take it too seriously all the time, even though there's sometimes that we take it really seriously before a concert or something. So that's fun.
All right. Well, it's wonderful to hear that from you, Xavier. We're going to hear some more music from this quartet now, a third piece that they've prepared for us from the English composer Charles Avison. From his concerto in E minor, we'll hear the third movement arranged for quartet by M.J. Isaac, performed here by Free26 on Valley Public Radio. That was the string quartet Free26. They are all students at the Simba School of Music in Fresno, and they all have just completed 8th grade, and they've been playing together for the last 3 years or so, and they sound terrific together. That was music of Charles Avison, Concerto in E minor. We heard the third movement. We're going to meet now a little more up close and personal the cellist in this group, and that is Betsy Woodward. Betsy, so great to have you on Young Artist Spotlight today.
Thank you.
What do you like best about that Avison piece that you all did together?
I really like the style of it, and taking the style and being able to interpret it our own way as a group.
What was your first musical instrument?
The cello.
Okay.
It was the very first one I started with.
How old were you when you started the cello?
I was only 2 or 3, around there.
So you didn't start with a full-size cello, did you? What'd you have?
No, I had like a 16th size. It was really small.
Yeah. Trying to picture you like this. Xavier mentioned the rich melodious tone of the viola. Well, I mean, the cello, to me, one of the most wonderful things about the cello is the bigger body and how it resonates. And when you're in a room with somebody playing the cello, like I always feel my chest and my torso and my body center resonates in sync with the cello, and I just love that. What do you like best about playing the cello?
Yeah, I like you said, just the smooth sounds of it, and I especially love the low strings because they really, especially with the cello, they really project, and I just love the way it sounds.
Yeah. And well, another thing about the cello too, it's kind of the range of pitch that it can play. Maps pretty well to kind of the range of pitch that human voice. Human voice can go low like the cello and pretty high notes. So it's very much in sync with the human voice. And then when you know what you're doing with the bow, it's remarkable to really make that instrument sing. So what's the biggest challenge of playing a string instrument like the cello?
Well, there's a bunch of different techniques that you have to learn, and really just getting comfortable with it is kind of takes a long time and lots of practice drilling the hard parts of pieces.
Yeah.
But there's always more to learn.
So you're going to Bullard High School in the fall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have friends who are going to Bullard, and musical friends that are going to Bullard as well?
Yeah, I know some people who play instruments who are going there, but most people I know are people on my softball team going there because they have a good softball program.
Awesome. What have you learned in music that you can apply to softball?
Well, like I said before, there's in both music and softball, you have to drill and practice over and over again to get your mechanics and technique down.
What do you like best about playing with this quartet?
I think we fit really well together, and playing together just kind of comes naturally. So it's really fun.
Yeah, it's really nice to actually enjoy the people you make music with. It makes it, music's a conversation, and if you actually enjoy the people you play music with, it can be a whole lot more fun. Well, I'm going to bring the rest of the quartet in. So, question to everybody: are you guys going to keep performing together in the coming year, or what's the future of this quartet?
Well, I mean, hopefully, as long
We'll keep
as
playing together until we all move away.
So you guys, so Penelope's not planning to go solo and leave you guys all in the dirt or anything like that. All right, great. Do you have so as a quartet? Do you have any performance? I know we're in camp season now, so everybody's going to be going to camp. But after that, do you have any recitals or performances coming up?
There's a couple of group recitals we have in the fall, plus it's Christmas time, so we can get Christmas gigs in, usually.
Oh, yeah.
And those are fun.
Very, very good. Awesome. Well, it's certainly been wonderful to get to know all of you, and terrific to hear your music and to be able to share it with our audience. So to all of you, the members of Free26, Betsy Woodward, Izzy Cobb, Xavier Torres, and Penelope Freeman, thank you so much for joining us on Young Artist Spotlight today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you for having us.
All right. Thanks, everybody.